Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got the Vivacious Virgo May horoscope. Quite a month this month, but a few things are happening in the heavens. Pluto's going retrograde and Jupiter is changing signs. So we're going to go to your horoscope directly, but first I will draw two cards as theme cards for the month for you. So let's go to the board now. Here it is, it's where it's all happening. Okay, so the first half of the month, what do I see? There's a calendar here. You may not remember. Used to be in the old days that there would be like a flip-top calendar and you would turn the pages over like that. And it's got a red line through it. So I suggest that you be very careful with your scheduling this month, because it's like you'll have things written on your calendar but they may change. And so I think it's saying be a bit more, spontaneous, allow plenty of time for time out and to do things that might just sort of pop up out of the blue. And you've scheduled yourself so heavily, whichever, then you may not have time, to make the best of new opportunities that have come flying in at the last minute, basically. Okay, so the card that comes out for the first half of the month is, the Two of Cups. This is about integrating new energies. It's in your everyday life. It's probably not earth-shattering or, of major significance, but it's probably indicating that you're coming to terms with things, and it's like a union of energies. You could actually meet somebody special, not necessarily romantic, could be on just a friendship basis, but it's like it's a union based upon mutual respect for each other. Okay, there's a lot of healing that carries on with this, because you see the two snakes here, the angel's wings, signifying the angels are looking out over all of this. And you'll see the two hands here. There's the reflection of the other person in the person's glass, basically. So you see yourself reflected in the other person. It's also good for making decisions, but it's also, more importantly, it's all about healing and things coming together and unity. Okay, so number Two of Cups that was. Okay, second half of the month, what do I see for you? Got two hands in front of me. They're sort of going like this. Like, give me something to do. What am I supposed to do? So you could feel a little bit all at sea, or, got time on your hands and you don't know how to best fill that time in. So it's like beginning of the month, maybe leave some time for spontaneity. Don't fill your diary up completely. End of the month, maybe then start putting things in your diary. So I think it's a balance, trying to balance what to do with your time, not being too over energetic or overly active with going out and socializing. There's some sort of balance point there. The card, I'm going to go for that. Oh, which one? This one on top. That was underneath. Okay, so it's the Five of Wands. Okay, somebody of very fiery nature, obviously, with the flames coming out of the fingertips. Sometimes this can indicate some sort of competition or dominance. Not actually, conflict's probably too strong a word, but, a few potential issues around people. It could even be in friends. There could be a bit of jealousy there, perhaps in the background, so be on the lookout for that. But this is somebody who's very, fiery and, might not think too much about the statements that they make. They could make some throwaway comment that is a bit nasty, or something like that, not realising that, they could hurt your feelings. And so just beware of anybody like that. Or if you're in business, there's competitors around looking at what you do and trying to copy what you do. Oh my God, I know about that. That happens. I don't know how people have time. Just focus on what you're doing, okay? You don't have to be too concerned about what other people are doing. Focus what you're doing, because you're the composer of your own life, and you're the, playing the instrument of your own life, or the instrument of your body. Basically, you're the one that's in control. So just focus on that. I never get tied up too much about if people say, oh, what about this? Oh, I don't really care. That's how it rolls sometimes. And also, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, that Spirit wants you to do that, then that's what you do. That's how I sort of view it. So, yeah, don't be too concerned about other people. Mind your own business, basically. That's my theory anyway. All right, let's have a look at your horoscope. I'm going to make it a bit bigger like that so you can see. I usually write this out in Texter because it's easier to see, but none of my texters are writing. And I just said to my husband, buy me some new blue, black, red texters. And I went through them in I think 2 months or a month or something. Not very long anyway. Let's have a look here. We've got a small talent triangle to begin the month only on the first day because I've included the moon. It'll only be in this position for hours, okay, on the first day. It's here in Aquarius, funneling its energy towards Saturn in your house of partnerships. The same with Mars here in Aries, funneling its energy towards partnerships, okay, and it's the restrictions in the partnerships. So this is now adding up to make me think about this card here. It could be partnership issues that come up where one wants dominance over the other, but it's sort of like a competition over, between partners over, who gets to say what or who gets to do what, and it can damage the relationship. So do be careful, but it's about this energy here is about Saturn being restrictive. So somebody telling you what to do, for example, in a close partnership, whether it be business or personal. Okay, Mars is not going to like that. Mars is not going to put up with that for 1 second, because Mars wants to be the boss of the wash. Mars is the warrior, and it's here in your house of intimacy, and the moon here in your everyday routines and life. This could be someone that you work with or a business partnership, putting restrictions on you in some way, and these two planets are just going to combine and say, no way, not doing that. No way, Jose. All right, so just bear that in mind. I'll just move this over so you can think about these two cards as we talk. Okay. All right, now this aspect suggests that you'll come up with some creative way to solve or resolve these issues. So it's nothing to worry about at all because you're going to find a solution. Okay. New moon's in Taurus on the 7th up here, expanding your life in some way, particularly to do with some sort of training or retraining, spirituality, becoming more interested in the wider world. It's like you want to, expand out, and there's some new beginning here, and you're having quite a regular planetary party in there as well. There's a lot happening as well. So they're in your 9th house, all of that there. 10th house doesn't get a look in because it's too tiny, all this huge energy. I think it's going to be quite a theme for you this month, in that this expansive energy is just really going to make you want to grow your life in some way. So go for it, okay? And then we have the full moon on the 23rd in Sagittarius down here. There could be some sort of culmination or completion around home and family. Something comes to a head. It's not necessarily negative. It could be a project you're working on around your home and you finally get it done. A Sagittarius is usually interested in exploring, adventure, and maybe you're thinking about ways that you can make your home more expansive, more welcoming. Sagittarius likes to entertain, deal with other people. And there's some sort of degree of good luck or things just being more optimistic or more positive. Pluto's going retrograde in Aquarius on the 2nd until the 12th of October. At the end of that, it'll be in Capricorn. But at the moment, it's in Aquarius all of this month. And because it's retrograde, feelings are likely to be more internalized. So it probably suggests that there's not going to be a huge amount of external change, but it's how you feel about those changes. It's more about your feelings and how you process it internally. It's here, excuse me, in your 6th house. This is your everyday routine, your habits, and Pluto is a great transformer. So you might find your habits and routine changing, also your well-being and your health, or your normal sort of daily routine or activities at work, for example, new processes coming in. Maybe you normally work in such and such an office in a specific area, and that changes. You have to go to a different office. Or maybe you're working at home, or then you're not working at home and you have to go into the office, something like that. But there's transformation around either in work, health, or daily routine somehow. And there can be a fair degree of overlap in those 3 areas. How you feel if you have to go to another location to work and it's further away, you know, it might be painful. You might not feel like doing it, or it could be closer. But it brings change and transformation. And I always spell transformation with a capital FORM because it's a new formation. Something new is forming. Pluto does tend to bring up some uncomfortable feelings that are dredged up from the bottom of your subconscious as well. Okay, so all right, now also we have Mercury in Taurus on the 15th, going up here into this planetary party, and that's going to be huge for you in terms of your communications. Also, transactions are involved in how you grow your life. So you might be putting something on your credit card, for example, or debit card. There could be a lot of discussions. There could be emails back and forth about how you grow your life. Maybe you're thinking of studying, doing a new course as well. So there's communications about that. Now the Sun, Venus and Jupiter goes into Gemini, which would normally be here, but this is very confusing this month, the way this is drawn, because the way that the software has produced it, because it's only that sliver there, which obviously the planets don't fit in. So they're going into your 10th house, and that's the Sun, Venus and Jupiter on the 20th, 23rd and 25th of the month. Okay, so I've drawn them in like that, but they're really in the 10th house. Okay, anybody who wants to be really picky and pick me up on this, is just not enough space. That's the reason. So your 10th house is your career. It's like authority in life. It's like sovereignty. It's like you deal with authority figures. These can be people, if it's career where you get paid, your boss, your employer. It could also be your parents, and particularly more likely to be your mother. Traditionally, mother is associated with the 10th house. Okay, and it's also about your life becoming more public. It's your status and reputation. And with these 3 planets, Sun, Venus and Jupiter, it could bring a lot of optimism, a lot of good luck, and insight, awareness, a sense of achievement, success, okay, with the Sun, Venus and Jupiter. Beautiful people that you meet, you see their inner beauty. Yes, you might meet physically beautiful people. It's more than that. It's more about being beautiful on the inside and working with people that you know are good people. That's so important, you know. I can't stress that enough, having in my earlier life, in my younger life, having to work with people that were just not all they could be. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to bag them here. But when you work with people that really care about the job that they're doing, as I do now, it is a blessing. So I would say you're likely to maybe, I don't know if it's right to say step up a level, but certainly the energy is coming in, just going to be lovely around your career, and you could really get ahead and be successful with this. All right, so that's it. thank you very much, one and all. I really appreciate you being here today. Leave me a like and a comment. It would be fabulous. Thank you so much. And subscribe, be alive if you're new. Have a wonderful month, Vivacious Virgo. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now.